I'm going to put a couple things inside first. The authority, the appearance, right? Anybody else remember any other ones? You think of anything? I think there were 6, right? Yeah, awesome. Coverage is 1. Accuracy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things. Anything else? Authority, appearance, coverage, accuracy. How about how current is it and how objective is it, right? So those are what we're looking for. And that way they'll be here for later when we talk about it. But let me share my screen and I will show you. Okay. Everybody can see this, vaccines, variants, and a massive third wave. Now you look at this and you say, oh, that's an interesting topic. It doesn't look like an article, but it's by a doctor. Now I actually read him regularly since COVID started, and there's a reason why I find him accurate and authority. His website appearance we're going to look at, and the kind of coverage. But if I said to you, oh, I think you should go see Dr. Jordan Schlain, and you went through this, you'd like, oh, his pictures. Huh, looks like a blog or an article. But wait, there's all kinds of things linked. Well, that's interesting. And then we get down, this goes on and on and on. I'm going to take you back as to why you might at first think, well, this may or may not be a good resource. But when I looked up Jordan Schlain, I think if I switch, he has a Wikipedia site. Can you see the Wikipedia now? Yeah. Well, it turns out he is a very well-educated doctor from the University of Berkeley, Georgetown Medical School. He has some really authoritative credentials that make me think, well, this person knows what he's talking about. And I actually read much more about his career, and I was like, okay, I think authority, I think this is going to be a good site. Well, what's interesting about this site is that, have you heard the term curation or editing? Curation means somebody that brings things together in one place to kind of help you on a subject. So what he's doing here that I found fit these different things that we're looking for. He is an authority. I think the appearance is good. It's clean. There's all kinds of graphics. The graphics, I find out, all come from COVID Act Now, a vaccine tracker, a very well-respected site. So I can click on the graphics and I find that his sources are really reputable. So even though if you read these, and I'm going to put this for later into the chat, he writes in a way that the average person can understand. There's not a lot of medical jargon. There's not a lot of science jargon. I mean, shots in the arm, wear a damn mask. Experts believe herd immunity will be reached at 60% immunized. Let's get to it. So that's the end of his dispatch, but the curation, he says he always keeps you up to date. He's very current on what we do know medically and scientifically, what we don't know, what requires more knowledge. And then what I found really important about his objectivity and his coverage, I can click any one of these links. I get to the CDC, very reputable, right? I get to another one, viral spread diminishes, and I end up at the Lancet. The Lancet is a really important scientific journal. So you begin to see, I think, that this source, by checking his authority, what looked like a blog turned out to be a really important scientific paper that I could pull much information out of. that would be accurate, that I could trust. And I also like that it's white and clean with black type, and I can scan it and I can find different things. You can probably see he writes about many subjects. These are the newly confirmed cases. I click on that and I say, wow, it's the Financial Times analysis of data. Now, if this turned out to be Mike's blog from Indiana, who I couldn't find any information out about at all, I probably would not continue to read these. But as you can see, he does many other ones too. I had a couple open for you all. He writes in the same way every time, which helps the website clarity. And he gives data that's very up to date about every 2 months. So I would give Dr. Jordan Schlane and his websites pretty high marks overall for being a quality source, even though when you look at it, you might go, that's not the CDC, that's not the World Health Organization, I'm not sure I should use it. I think the point I'm making is that always research, go outside your one article to look at it in a couple different ways to see if other people connect to him, if he connects to reputable sites, and make your decisions that way if you're not going for a peer-reviewed document from the library or something like that. Are there any questions about that? I'm going to stop sharing. Put them in the chat, or what do you think, Maureen, to go over the main points, or was that clear as far as, was it current? Was it objective? Did it cover a lot of information? And how did it look appearance-wise? And how was the authority, right?
Yeah, I think that was helpful for them to see. That's what you do. That's what we all do when we're checking out a news source. You have to do a little investigation. And the more investigation you do, then the easier it will be to spot the good and the bad sources. So yeah, thanks, Kathy.
I think one more suggestion too is a lot of times the links to other sources or the references at the end of the article are what give us a deeper understanding, right? That's like a secret, almost a breadcrumb trail.
If you find one good source, it's easier to follow the links and find more.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Kathy.